This tutorial will show you how to handle the situation where someone next year is teaching a course that has been taught by a different teacher this year and wants to use the current Moodle for next year's course. To make this picture clearer, let's look at my test course, this RTC course, but I've now called it Real-Time Communication because it sounds more like a course than Richard's test course. Let's say that this year there is a course called Real-Time Communication and that I'm the teacher of this course and that I have a Moodle for this course. And let's say that next year Ken Baumgartner is going to be the teacher of Real-Time Communication and that Ken would like my current Moodle for next year's course as a starting point. And Ken doesn't want to wait until next year before beginning to work on the Moodle. He wants to start now. And as the current owner of this Real-Time Communication Moodle, I don't want this course to change too much, because if I happen to teach this course again in a few years' time, I want the option to go back to this course and tweak it from there. So, how do we do all this? Well, it's quite simple. This is what we do. At the time of recording this video, we are in November 2011, so therefore the current year is 2011, and next year is obviously 2012. If you're watching this tutorial sometime in the future, then you can make the necessary adjustments. Step 1. Ken asks IT support to create a course for Real-Time Communication 2012. Alright, so I've just done that and it appears up the top here. So I am now Ken Baumgartner. The first thing I'm going to do is to go to Settings, turn editing on, because we want to hide this course. This is very important because we do not want, there we go, so it's now hidden. We don't want students entering this course at this point in time, but we want to give Ken, which is me, we want Ken to have the opportunity to modify the course before next year, before the students come into it. Alright, so if we look at that course now, you can see it's just a blank course. In the next step, Ken needs to be made a non-editing teacher of my current Real-Time Communication course. Why? Because it is best that Ken does this process himself, and in order for Ken to do this, he needs to be enrolled as a non-editing teacher in the current Real-Time Communication course. Now to do that, with editing turned on, so we've just turned editing on before, because as you can see by this block here, I, as the current teacher of this course, I go in and choose this icon, which is Enrolled Users. So I click into this area, I choose Enroll Users, I put Ken's first name in here and press Enter on the keyboard. Now I don't want him as a student, he needs to be a non-editing teacher. I could make him a teacher, but a non-editing teacher means that he can't actually modify this course in 2011. Click Enroll and then finish the enrolling process. We'll finish enrolling users. And now we can see that I'm a teacher manager and Ken is a non-editing teacher. And so returning to the Year 12 page, and I'll now turn editing off. Alright, now for some reason Ken hasn't come up there as a non-editing teacher, but he is, I've just checked. So we've now got the situation where Ken is a non-editing teacher of my course. Ken can do the rest of the process himself.